Good morning, Falcons. I'm Lily.
And I'm Shay.
And you're watching
The Falcon Report.
Hey, Shay, do you know it's Teacher Appreciation Week?
Wait, I thought that was last month.
Nope. And to honor the teachers here at Ludlow, we're sharing the impactful stories from our very own faculty.
Oh, cool. Who's up first?
Starting us off is Miss Hermsen's story. She founded the Josh Hermsen Heart Fund in memory of her son Josh, who is one of the few people in the world to receive 3 heart transplants.
Payne sat with Miss Hermsen to hear more about their story.
My son Josh was a pretty complicated kid. Josh was born with a congenital heart defect called heart block. We actually didn't even think that Josh would survive childbirth, and he did. And he needed a heart transplant at 8 months old in order to survive. He had another heart transplant at 7 and a third one at 25. He was one of very few people in the world who have ever had 3 heart transplants. So you could probably imagine that made him a very complex individual.
Josh, he was an incredible guy. His compassion, his intelligence, he shone so brightly. And that we got to have him for those 26 years is such a blessing. He left a huge impact, I think, on everyone he met. And not even people he met, but just, people that have heard about his story. It's really wonderful.
I decided that I wanted to try to use this experience of mine to make a difference for somebody else, to try to help them. And so 2009, we started what was called the Joshua Hermsen Heart Fund. We started collecting money to help families pay for their hospital bills, their hotel bills, their food bills, their entertainment bills, their parking. People don't realize that you spend a lot of money really quickly. This year we just did a fabulous campaign and we gave $5,000 worth of goods and services to the kids who are currently waiting at Columbia Presbyterian.
I have seen the impact of the donations from the Hermsen Fund being able to provide kids with a gift card for Uber Eats because, like Josh, who did not like hospital food, none of these patients like hospital food. So being able to provide some normalcy and that little bit of something that's familiar and that they can control has been a wonderful impact.
That fund still is active today, more active than ever, actually. I'm sad that Josh can't be a part of actually, seeing what it has turned into. But I take a lot of pride and joy knowing that he was a big part of it.
That's really inspirational. And that's not the only thing Ms. Hermsen's organizing too. She's also putting together the AP Art Show. Ms. Hermsen and the art department are hosting an art open house on Monday in the art wing. Please feel free to stop by and check out all the cool work.
Speaking of art, did you see all the chalk on the sidewalks the other day?
Oh yeah, what was that all about?
I think it was something to do with the psych classes, but Maddie knows more about it.
At Fairfield Ludlow High School, AP Psychology students were able to bring the Do Good Feel Good project to life. Though seemingly simple, this project created an opportunity for students to transfer their textbook learning into a hands-on experience.
It focuses on positive psychology and human flourishing, and this particular concept implies that when we are feeling good and kind of embodying positive emotions, we have a tendency in leaning towards pro-social behaviors. In turn, when we do good things, we feel good, hence that reciprocal cycle.
So to make the affirmation walk, we went outside the building and we just took big buckets of chalk and just wrote all the affirmations we could think of. We just wrote whatever we thought would make people smile while they're walking into school and would help just give them a little bit of a confidence boost. It was a really good way to see the concepts we were learning in class applied, and by watching how students are going to feel when they see that and knowing that we made a difference will help us sort of connect what we learned with what we did.
The beauty of psychology is that so much of what you're reading about helps explain your behaviors and your emotional states, so living it is the best way to understand it. Not only do students reap the benefits of learning about it, but then experiencing it and seeing how it makes them feel. I think the biggest part of this project is that it's simple. Sometimes the simplest things reap the greatest reward. It's empirically driven, meaning that it is backed by science. We know that promoting positive pro-social activities and statements can rewire the brain, and it's a process known as neural plasticity. I received a couple of emails from teachers who received the gratitude cards from AP Psych students and quite literally said, I needed this. Thank you for creating this opportunity for students to just show their gratitude in a really meaningful way.
And that's all for today, Falcons. Once again, I'm Lily.
And I'm Shay.
And you're watching The Falcon Report.